right. Hi, Rebecca Thompson Hitt here with the Consciously Parenting Project, and I'm here with Christy Farr. I'm so happy to be with you again, Christy.
I am so happy to be here.
So I wanted to just check in a little bit about what's happened since the last time you and I talked.
Which was 48 hours ago, wasn't it?
Was that all?
I think so. We didn't speak yesterday, but I think that the last time we talked was 48 hours ago, which is very confusing how time is these days. Yes. The fact that you have a video-worthy check-in after 48 hours is sort of exciting.
Yeah, and I think just with the pace that things are moving right now, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's a little bit overwhelming. I did a session with Kate White, which I'm going to be, sharing parts of about down regulating the nervous system and how, like this stuff is just going to start being overwhelming at some points. And so, one of the things I really want to do in this process is really just, what are all the tools that, we have available to us, because each one I think has a place. So, I think it's just important to share lots and lots of different ways of moving through it. And I've got lots of great people I can call on.
Yes, you do. Yes.
So, anyway, so yesterday, I guess it was the night before, my husband Trey said, "Hey, I'm going to go ahead and post our bedroom set. I want to post on this yard sale site, but to do that, I need to post some other things." So I said, "Okay, if I post that and I post your piano." And I said, "Yep, go ahead." I didn't think it would be really, 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 really fast.
Yes.
Our whole bedroom would go away. But it did. So he posted it that night, 10 o'clock, and by 2 o'clock the next afternoon, it was all gone. So, our bed, mattress, dressers, nightstands, all of it was gone. And it was really just overwhelming, kind of unsettling for me, because it just happened so fast.
Right.
And at the same time, it was so relieving, because that was the biggest stuff that we have.
Right.
And it's really heavy. We had to pay someone to move it in, because we physically couldn't move it ourselves. And so the fact that that stuff is gone is a huge relief.
Right.
At the same time, my initial thought was, that we were going to keep the mattress and just have the mattress on the floor. And so when that went away, that was really disorganizing for me. I can't sleep on an air mattress for 25 days. I don't sleep well on an air mattress. And so, but Trey really wanted an air mattress, and he thought it would be good to have anyway. And so he went and bought one and set it up. And then I tried really hard to sleep on it last night. I made it to 2 o'clock in the morning, and then went to Josh's room, my 12-year-old. He's not here right now. He's with his dad. And pulled one of he's got 2 IKEA mattresses that are stacked. Yeah. And I grabbed one of them out from underneath and put it on the floor in my bedroom.
Perfect.
And went right to sleep, because I haven't slept well for 3 or 4 nights anyway. So I'm already kind of at a deficit. Yes. It's every little move on the air mattress, and I'm waking up, and it's I can't. Right. I can't. So I slept really well, and that felt good. I mean, I'm tired. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
So, but it feels good, to be making such big progress, and, keeping our eye on the goal. And the more that we release, the more we're looking around. We were going to keep our couches, and we were going to keep a little coffee table, and then a little end table. And we've now decided to list them. So Trey right now is listing them. And we walked around the house and just said, all right, what else? And so we were also planning on keeping my big IKEA bookshelf. Just, we thought it would be a good thing to stack things on, or, even in the storage unit, but of course we have fewer and fewer and fewer things going into this storage unit, so I don't know
Right.
that we really need that. And so we just figured out how much we want to sell that for, and then
Right.
looked around, and we've got patio furniture, and so we're going to go ahead and list that. So it's like, it's almost like this snowball.
Right. It
It's like,
is exactly a snowball. Yes.
we're starting a little bit. Okay, well, let's do this. And then, well, why are we keeping that then? And, well,
Yes.
what about this? And
Right.
we could go ahead and let that go.
Right.
And so it's kind of taking on a life of its own.
Well, and it does. And I think that's why we do the challenges in the book and in the workshop when I do that workshop, because well, inevitably my clients and people who pick up this book have a big pile of stuff to deal with, whether that's a relationship pile or financial pile or whatever it is, and there's always a physical pile to go with it. And I have at times described it like a building fell. And so in this field, there's where a building used to be, there's this pile of rubble. And so we can't just go in and move it all. We can find one piece and pull it out, and we another one. And in time, when you get the little accessible pieces off, then there's this big piece of maybe metal that you can pull off. But you can't walk right in and just pull all the metal out, pull all the bricks out. It's really about finding something that you can do so that you can start moving, and then you move more, and then you move more, and you just keep peeling back the layers, and more is revealed. And then of course this speaks into that, muscle, getting that muscle stronger that I talked about the other day. You make these little decisions, and then they add up to bigger decisions. And next thing you know, your bedroom is empty. So
yeah. Yeah, and I no longer have, my bed. So
right. Next thing you know, your bed's gone. Or sometimes first thing you know, your bed's gone. And then a lot of other things feel relative.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's true. And, I guess one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is I had kind of an order in my head, the way that things were going to happen, and I got kind of out of sequence.
Yes.
And so my plan originally was to go through each of my dresser drawers, and to really, with intention, go through and release, as I was going through it, so I could just touch it once.
Right.
But because yesterday I had like a half an hour to completely empty it, I went through and there were things that were like, okay, I can release you, I can release you, I can release you. I'm not sure.
Yes.
And then there are things that I'm definitely keeping, and everything got mixed into a tub.
Yep.
Where before they were sorted, because it's all my winter stuff.
Right.
Was in the dresser.
Winter stuff.
Winter
That's so cute.
stuff. I know. But I'm actually going to be going places that are cold coming up here.
Right.
And so I'm going to need those winter clothes for me. Oh my God, I'm going to freeze.
No. Well, I'm just laughing because anything you consider winter clothes is probably like a nice fall outfit for us, but it's fine.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Christy's in Minneapolis and I live in Florida.
Yes.
So, there we are.
Yeah.
So I have this tub that has, and I tried to sort through like, okay, here's all my underwear. Let me at least, put that in this little basket that I pulled out of my drawer. So I started doing that, and then a whole bunch of it got mixed in anyway. And, the laundry, the laundry that was in the dryer came out. And of course, that's all stuff I'm using. And, so now it's all just this, it feels a little overwhelming, where before I felt like, it was, okay, I'll just do this drawer. And now I feel like I've got this big tub.
Right.
And they're not even organized anymore.
Right.
So it's funny, like I'm fine with releasing the patio furniture, which is like, 2 feet to my left here. But that bin over there to my right is like,
yeah. So a lot of times what happens is, and what I'm being shown is the, like when somebody has stuff in storage and they bring it out and they want to bring 5 boxes and go through them all, and that just isn't usually feasible. So what happens, I'll say just 1 box at a time, because you need a place to unpack the box and then sort the stuff. And then you at least have 1 empty box that you can say, okay, this box can hold the stuff that I'm donating, or the stuff I'm selling, or the stuff that's going to go back into storage that I'm keeping. But you give that box one label, one job. But when it comes into your house, it's holding a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be sorted. So it's, when you look at that bin and it becomes time again to address what's in that bin, you're going to just make space. So if you have to do it in your bedroom, fine, do it in your bedroom. Or if you need to take it somewhere else to process it, this is actually like we talked about with the trunk of the car. Like just go to a place with this bin and spread it all out and make a big mess. And then when you get done, you have the stuff that's going away, the stuff that's going on this trip, the stuff that's going into storage. And then you have to find a box to hold all three of those. And the box that's going into storage can now go back in your bedroom. And every time you find something else that's going into storage that's related to these things, you put it in that box. So you're going to just go back in and that box becomes this, place where you deposit the next things that you find that are going to that same place. Mm-hmm. So you're basically challenged because right now you don't have the system started. So you just have this bin and you're like, okay, now what do I do with this bin?
Right.
Well, you need probably 2 or 3 different bins to process those things into. So that's the challenge, but it takes unpacking it. You're just going to unpack it the same way you would if you had brought that bin from storage and you were going to, like, what's in here? Mm-hmm. And then, you have some things that are going into storage. A lot of things are going away. And then there's things that go to your parents for that 1 week. And you just want to start thinking, those are your end game. This is your exit strategy that we talk about in the book. And your exit strategy is like one of 3 or 4 different places. So when you pick up something new, you want to ask yourself, like, which exit is this getting? Is this going to my parents? Is this going on the trip with us? Is it going into storage? Is it going away? Mm-hmm. And if it's going away, is it going on, like, Craigslist to try to sell it now, or is it going to go away on the yard sale day? Mm-hmm. And because you have those 4 different options very clearly specified, every time you hold something in your hand, it's like, which exit is this taking? Everything's leaving this house. Which path out is it going to take?
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think part of, because I totally get what you're saying. And I think even yesterday, we had the bag for things that are being donated. And then we have a spot in the other room on the couch that we just listed for yard sale stuff.
Right.
And so we have those exits. I think actually part of where I'm stuck with that is that the things that I'm using right now don't have a place to go.
Right.
And
you can live out of that bin for a couple of weeks if you need to. So part of it might be giving yourself permission where you say, all of my clothes are in these 2 bins, and you take out all the stuff that isn't your regular use stuff right now. Take it all out, and the rest of it just gets to be disorganized. We're not used to having intentionally disorganized stuff. I have this is like kind of a funny example, but I have this thing with we have the IKEA bed here that has drawers underneath. We don't have a dresser. And so we have 2, each these 2 large drawers, right? And I have the worst time with undergarments. Like there's no point in folding them for me. So because of the fabric that I prefer. And so like hers get all folded and mine get in a pile and they get put in a little box that's in the drawer. Like I don't even bother to fold them anymore. It's not because I'm like this reckless, careless person, it's because there's no value in that right now. I have my sweaters in a drawer too. Have you ever tried to organize a sweater drawer? Like that's ridiculous. So it becomes just this place where I open it up and I toss the sweater in and it's fine. They're safe. They're not going to get damaged. They're waiting for me when I open them. They're sweaters, so they don't care that they're crammed in a drawer. And it's different than the way my sweaters used to look. But it's pointless. And so for the next 5 days, 24 days, like you just get to live like you're living out of a suitcase, only it's a bin. You're just changing the way you think about what's normal. This is your temporary normal. The other thing I wanted to put on the table here is that we start the first challenge in the book and in the workshops is always the closet. Well, we start there because it's the most intimate thing. We start there because this is where, when you have company coming, you clean the kitchen or you clean the dining room and everything comes into your room. And where you keep your closet, what you keep in your closet is just like your most private the things in your closet are the things that you have the most sort of intimate connection with typically. And so the fact that that was the first thing to kind of get exploded,
mm-hmm.
and that it was not expected, and that you didn't see it coming, right? That would explain the emotional upheaval, because these are the things that are, like, again, the most intimate things.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of women have body issues tied up in their clothes. Maybe there are clothes that I used to be able to wear that I can't wear, that I want to get back into. There's just a lot of history in clothes. So be a little gentle with yourself, knowing that you guys kind of took the nosedive off into, like, the most intimate place.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that would explain that feeling of, like, oh my God, what are we doing? It's fine. Yeah.
Right. Where
Yeah.
does my stuff go?
Right. Yes.
And I think if I'd gotten to my closet first, which was my intention, then there would be space for me to hang some of these things, or to put some of these things on a shelf in the closet, or
yes.
But I hadn't gotten to it yet. So I think that's also part of the,
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and again, just like that pile of the building that's fallen, it's all fun and games to make a plan. But then you get there and you see what the reality of the pile.
Right.
And so if you had it that you were going to do clothes sometime next week, and this has now happened, there's no reason. I mean, your whole wardrobe, if you're really moving on the decision making, it should take you a little while. There's no reason you can't say, okay, for the sanity for the next 24 days really would be benefited by my clothes being organized. So I'm just going to take a break from something else, do that really quickly, and then I'll at least feel settled and content. You can roll around on that air mattress, or a metaphorical air mattress, for 24 days, or you can just stop and get a mattress out of the kids' room and sleep peacefully.
Right.
Just stop and, grab the mattress of the organization of your clothes and be done with it.
Cool. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will make the time to do that next, because I think you're right. It'll just, one of the things that Kate was talking about yesterday too was, really, like, what's familiar? What do you need? I was thinking about that last night when I kept waking up, and I'm like, it's unfamiliar for me to be, like, feeling every single move that Trey makes during the night. And it's like, it's unfamiliar. But once I got on the solid surface, I'm like, okay, there I am.
Right.
And I think that it's kind of the same with, all right, if my clothes have a place to go, even if it's not the same anymore, there's familiarity in my closet. There's familiarity just for right now of the little white IKEA, bins that I got that were in my dresser. If I can get them on a shelf, I think I'll feel much better. So that really helps me to just kind of focus and say, all right, yeah, that feels really good to me.
Absolutely. And remember that you're sort of, there are two adults in the house, but you guys are really the leaders of this movement, right?
Right.
And so it's important that you stay grounded. It's important that you show how to be flexible, and that we make a plan and then we evolve the plan. And it would be a really great investment to make sure that you feel okay, because it's going to change the way everybody else feels.
Right. Thanks for that reminder.
I think you taught me that. I'm not sure.
But this is great, because I love getting it back.
Yes.
When I need it.
When you need it, I will hand it right back to you.
And other people hand it right back when I need it. So I'm grateful.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Christy.
You're welcome.
I've been trying to, I pulled out your book last night, and I think I have a little bit too much ADHD right now to focus. So I'm going to try again later. I'm taking my car to the shop tomorrow. So
there you go.
Taking my Kindle, and I'm going to sit and, just see what speaks to me. It may not be in a linear order, which is out of character for me.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Give yourself permission, because the beginning does have some introductory stuff in it. And if you just need something to give you a little boost while you're, sitting at the, go into the middle, because that's, everything in there is going to be sort of explosive into your brain, but also soothing. It's all very soothing. So just find something that'll make you feel a little grounded and a little okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Christy. I'm sure we'll check in again soon.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Bye.